Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're back out at the range with the Keltec Sub-2000. We're gonna give this another go. If you missed the first video, we did come out here once already and it was nothing but problems. It was jam after jam after jam, failure to feeds and stovepipes and all that stuff. It was just a nightmare. But the ammo I was using was some of the Perfecta ammo, and I'm hoping that it was just ammo related. And after that video posted, I did have some of you guys saying that you had problems with Perfecta in some of your semi-autos. So I'm hoping that it was ammo related, but I got a couple different brands. I picked up some Federal 180 grain full metal jackets, and I also picked up some Winchester 180 grain full metal jackets. And this stuff has worked 100% for me in the past in all my different guns. It's still just some cheap Target ammo, but it should run this thing. I've never had any issues with this ammo in any of my other guns before, at least not consistently like I had with that Perfecta. But I got a mag loaded up, and the first couple times we shoot this, I am just gonna use the mag it came with, this 10-round Glock magazine. I do have these 30-some round SGM mags, but just to kind of eliminate any issues with magazine related, I'm going to use the Glock mag, at least for the first couple mags, if this thing runs, and then if it does, we'll switch over to those mags and you know, just try them out as well. But first, I just want to see if this thing is actually going to run. So let me get my ears on. I've got 10 rounds of the Federal loaded up, so keep your fingers crossed, and let's see if this thing runs. Okay, so it doesn't lock back, just so you guys know if you didn't see the first video. So that was 10 rounds. I don't think we got through a full 10 rounds in the last video. So let's load up another 10 of these Federals, and hopefully it continues to perform like that, because that would be awesome. So here we go, 10 more rounds. Again, the Federal 180 grain stuff. Okay, we're off to a good start. I'll tell you what, let's switch over to the Winchester, start putting some rounds of that through it, and see if it runs this as well. Now, the only thing that I did since the first video is I did completely disassemble it, and I cleaned it up and re-lubed it, but I honestly don't think that was an issue. I took it apart, it wasn't all that dirty. Again, if you missed the first video, this gun was bought by a friend of mine used, but when he got it, the guy had bought it from our local gun shop, put one magazine through it, and like 2 days later brought it back and traded it in. He didn't like how snappy this thing is, being the 40 caliber, so we traded it back in for something else. My buddy went in there and picked it up for a good price. So before he got it, before I started shooting it, it only had 10 rounds through it. So it's not like it was gonna be all that dirty, but I cleaned it up, scrubbed it up, and re-lubed it and on all that. But I don't think that was the issue, but I was slow to chamber on that one. But I'm hoping it was that weak Perfecta ammo, but we're just gonna keep shooting and see how it does. All right, 10 rounds of the Winchester. We'll load up again, and if we get flawless function, we'll go ahead and try out those SGM tactical magazines, just so I don't have to reload so much. But yeah, this is a good sign that this thing is actually going to work with, I guess, good quality, cheap ammo, if that makes any sense. Here we go. All right, guys. Like I said, we are off to a very good start. So instead of you standing here staring at me loading 30-some rounds, I'll be right back and we'll try out these SGM tactical magazines. All right, so I've got 30 rounds of the Federal 180 grain stuff loaded up in this first SGM tactical magazine. So let's just shoot it and hope our luck continues. All right, it ran all 30 rounds, no problems whatsoever. So we'll load up one more of these SGM tactical mags, run it, and hopefully again our luck continues. All right, so this time we're loaded up with 30 rounds of the 180 grain Winchester stuff. So let's see how it does. We had one hang up. Actually, hopefully that stays. Well, it's not going to, but the SGM tactical magazine, when I looked down in there, the follower was stuck down. So that was definitely magazine related. That was not gun issue. I've had issues with these SGM tacticals before in the past with the follower sticking down. So that was definitely not gun, that was magazine. Okay, and it ran all of them except for that one, but again, magazine issue. So yeah, the gun's running excellent now. All right guys, so range trip number 2 with the Keltec Sub-2000 was definitely a success, much better than the first range trip. That was an utter disaster. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave links or cards if you want to go see that, that painful video. But the first range trip we came out here, it was just malfunction after malfunction after malfunction. But I was using nothing but Perfecta ammo. That's the only ammo I had at the time. And I had a sneaky suspicion that it was ammo related that was causing these issues. And after that video posted, I actually had a few of you guys comment saying that you've had issues with Perfecta ammo, not wanting to cycle your guns. And then also, over the past couple weeks, I've been coming out here and shooting my 686 357 Magnum revolver, and some of the ammo I brought out here to shoot in it was Perfecta ammo, and I had some Perfecta and some Federal, both 158 grain, so same weights, but when I was shooting the Federal versus the Perfecta, it was night and day difference on the felt recoil. So I had a sneaky suspicion that the Perfecta ammo was just loaded weak compared to the other target ammo that you can buy. And like the stuff I was shooting today was just Winchester and Federal, but it's still just your plinking ammo, no hot self-defense or anything like that. But the Perfecta is just very underpowered compared to the rest of them. But I bought it because it was about, I don't know, almost $10 cheaper a box. And you know, coming out here just plinking on these targets, I try to buy you know, the cheap ammo when I can, but I'm going to stay away from it from now on. It's just, it's not worth the headaches being weak and underpowered like that and all that. But today, like I said, I brought Federal and Winchester out here. I shot several hundred rounds through it today with no hiccups gun-wise. I did have that one issue, and I think it was on camera, but the follower in the magazine, in that SGM tactical magazine, stuck down in the magazine, because when I looked, I seen that the round was jammed up, but I could also see that the follower was stuck down in the magazine. I couldn't, by the time I took it out and tried to show you guys, it had already popped back up, but that was magazine related, not gun related. So if you have SGM tactical magazines, you know, I've had issues in other guns with these, with the followers wanting to stick a little bit. I wouldn't use them for any type of serious use like home defense or a truck gun or anything like that. But if you want some cheap magazines, some cheap 30 rounders or whatever to come out to the range and plink with, you know, they'll work for that. If you do have an issue, you can practice your malfunction clearing and all that, but definitely stick with Glock mags or whatever, factory magazines when running them. The SGMs just aren't 100% reliable. And speaking of magazines, we'll go ahead and start talking about some of the features on this and all that. But this one takes the G19 or G23 sized magazines. From what I can tell, you can get different grip lengths. So say you want to run the smaller Glock 26 mags, I think they make a grip size for that and all that. So you can get different grip sizes. Now, I do believe that they make them that, you know, take different, I think they take Smith & Wesson magazines. Also, you can get a model that way. I'm pretty sure, I'll leave annotations if I'm wrong, but so that's pretty cool. I do like, you know, pistol caliber carbines that take Glock magazines. You know, when I go to get one, I'm going to make sure it takes Glock magazines, because as most of us know, even if you like Glock or don't like Glock or whatever, Glock magazines are very, very durable and reliable. So that's definitely what I want feeding my my pistol caliber carbines or pistols or whatever. So that is definitely a plus. Now the big thing, the biggest reason why I like this and wanted to try it out and hoped that it was gonna work is how you break this thing down. You just pull up on the trigger guard and the whole top half will fold, and it it compacts. It gets very compact. I mean, you can use this and shove it down in a backpack if you're going hiking or up in the woods. Shove this under the seat of your truck or whatever you need to do. It breaks down into like 16-inch package, so that is very, very cool. I do like that concept, and that's why I was so interested in trying this thing out. But now that it does work and I know that it was ammo related, I might think about picking one of these up for myself in 9mm. Nothing wrong with 40, I just prefer my 9s, but I really do like this. Now, the Gen 2s do have a different forend that's a little slimmer. You do have your pick rails on top and bottom. The stock is adjustable. You have to pull this pin out and you can see those 3 different holes. You can adjust it forward and shorten the length of pull if you want. Now this rubber piece here that's on the stock is, it must have been added by the previous owner. So you can't adjust it forward with this thing on there. Now if this were mine, I would take this and throw it in the trash because all this thing does is pull on your beard hair and it hurts like hell. So this thing would be gone if it was mine, and I'd probably collapse this just a little bit. Now your charging handle is in a different location. It's actually in the stock here, so a little bit different than what are on most other guns. But as you can see, you just pull it back. You can lock it open just like that. That is your only bolt hold open. There is no other bolt hold open anywhere, and it does not stay locked open on an empty magazine. So if you need to lock the bolt open, just pull it back, turn it to the side, and that will lock open. And this is a blowback operated gun, and that's why the weak ammo is just not going to work in it. Inside this tube here is where your bolt carrier and all that stuff, your springs are all right here in this tube. So when the gun goes off, you have to blow all that big massive steel back through here, and so it is blowback, and that's why again the lighter ammos just aren't going to cycle it properly. It does have nice texturing on the grip, very comfortable to hold, and yeah, overall, guys, I think it's a, now that it's running, I do like it, and I probably will end up picking one up for myself. The sights are easy to use. You just have your circle aperture here in the back, and then on the front, if you can see that, you do have an orange blade there on the front, and it does have an AR style post, so if you have an AR tool, front sight tool, it'll work to work these as well. But I guess that's all the features that I wanted to talk about, but there is one major dislike on this thing, and that is the trigger pull. It is probably the worst trigger pull that I've ever felt in all my years of shooting all the different guns that I've shot. Now I'll try to show you here. You have a little bit of slop, and then, I don't know if you could see that, but it kind of clicked back once, and then you have a very gritty, very heavy break. Now I felt heavier triggers, but I mean, it's just, I'll see if I can shut up and you guys can see and hear that. But you have a little bit of slack. You hear that and see that. It clicks and then clicks again. It's just a god-awful trigger pull. I mean, I think, I'm gonna say it, even the high point triggers I think were better than this Keltec trigger. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I do think they offer spring kits, aftermarket spring kits. I'm not sure who offers them, but I have heard that you can put spring kits in this to kind of help the trigger out just a little bit. Now, as you can see, I mean, you can shoot it just fine. I guess I'm just kind of a trigger snob. I like my triggers to be nice and crisp and clean and all that, so I always critique the triggers, but hey, that's just my thing. I like a nice trigger. The magazine release, standard pistol spot, worked well. But yeah, I think that's everything, guys, on this. Again, now that you use proper ammo, the thing works 100%. A very fun gun to shoot. I guess it is a little, for a pistol caliber, it is a little violent on the recoil with this 40. Nothing that hurts, nothing that, anything like that. I'm not trying to say it's unmanageable or anything like that, but compared to other pistol caliber carbines that I've shot, it does, you can feel more recoil with this. I don't know if it's because it's so lightweight, the way it's designed, or whatever, but I just thought I would note that. But anyhow, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm definitely glad this thing is up and running now. Like I said, that first video was just a huge disappointment with it, with all the malfunctions, but I'm excited. I'm sure the owner of this will be excited once I let him know because he had high hopes for this as well. But if you have any questions or comments about this video or anything else you see here on the channel, ask in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get back with you. And don't forget to check the links down below. I do have a link to my channel sponsor, Southeast Traders. They're an online gun forum for guns and accessories, outdoor equipment, and even automotive stuff. Really great website with a lot of great people, so definitely hit the link, go check them out. I think you guys would really like it. And also, real quick, this past weekend, me, my son, and a couple friends, we went to an off-road park with our four-wheelers and stuff. And I do have a second channel, and I did post a video of some of the highlights from that day. So if you do, if you were into the off-road stuff, riding ATVs, things like that, I'll leave a link in the description, or I'll put a card up if you guys want to go check that out. We had a lot of fun, and I figured I'd just mention it because I know a lot of people who are gun guys are also into that type of stuff as well. So if you want to go check it out, let me know what you think about it. If you like that type of stuff, definitely thumbs up the video, subscribe to my second channel. Any and all support on there would be greatly appreciated as well. But anyhow, guys, I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next one.